all aboard for your chance to win $1,000 every week until December 28th. That's right, $1,000 cash just in time for the holidays. To hop on board, just head to churchillmortgage.com and punch your ticket to the Churchill Express giveaway. Visit churchillmortgage.com for your chance to win big.
This is a paid advertisement. NMLS ID 1591. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Equal Housing Lender. 1749 Mallory Lane, Suite 100, Brentwood, Tennessee 37027.
Discover unbeatable deals and convenience at your neighborhood family fare supermarkets. Score exclusive deals, earn rewards, join clubs, and clip digital coupons for extra savings all in one place. Our exclusive offers bring savings straight to your card. Explore a wide range of local products that support your community. With easy pickup and delivery options, saving time and grocery shopping has never been easier. Family Fare is all about making your grocery experience easy and affordable at your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. Family Fare in your neighborhood.
Our area's most beautiful properties deserve the finest realtors. Meeks Realty Group. We focus on buying and selling residential and commercial properties throughout the tri-state area. Contact Meeks Realty Group online at meeks.us or call 304-440-1101.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Had a good Tuesday morning to you from the Parmar Stores studio. Welcome to the show. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show at 580 Live brought to you part by Thornhill Auto Group, including the all-new Thornhill Toyota. Today is grand opening day of the all-new Thornhill Toyota. All the stations of WVRC Media Charleston, including this one, Voice of Charleston, will be broadcasting live from there. I'll be there at the Toyota dealership, the grand opening, starting at just after 11 or so this morning and again at 3 this afternoon. Looking forward to seeing all of you there. Also, we do the show from the Parmar Store studio. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. Parmar would like to invite you out for Wally and Wimpy's night this Thursday at Buffalo Wild Wings in Cross Lane starting at 6. Come out and enjoy some great food and drink specials. Lots of prize giveaways, too, including tickets to the Selango Light the Night at the ballpark, plus WVU and Marshall basketball tickets and more. Wally and Wimpy's night happening this Thursday starting at 6 at Buffalo Wild Wings Cross Lanes. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. I want to welcome you to the show. Coming up later, the newly appointed circuit judge here in Kanawha County, Dave Hardy, will be stopping by. Dave Hardy appointed to that position last week by Governor Justice to fill the seat left by the death of Judge Joanna Tabbitt. Dave Hardy has been serving as, of course, the state revenue secretary. That seat now being held by Larry Pack, who was on the show yesterday. Also, tonight is bowl night for the Marshall Thundering Herd. They're in Frisco, Texas for the Scooters Coffee Bowl, getting ready to take on the Roadrunners of the University of Texas at San Antonio. The voice of the Thundering Herd, Steve Cotton, will join us to talk about that a little bit later on in the show. Now, as you know, if you're a longtime listener to the show, and even if you're not a longtime listener, you know the main sponsor for the show is the Thornhill Auto Group. This is a company I personally have had a long-standing relationship going back 25 years or more, if not longer. They signed on pretty much from day one to sponsor the show, and they had some big goings on at their Toyota dealership, which is located on the Thornhill Motor Mile, US 119 in Chapmanville. Wally Thornhill joins us now to talk about it. Good morning. Welcome to the show, Wally.
Hey, good morning, Dave. Dave in the morning. Been doing this a long time.
Yeah, that's going back to the old days there, the Dave in the morning thing. Believe it or not, I've been gone from Logan for 10 years, and people in Charleston are trying to send me back every day, Wally.
Well, we'll take you any time. Of course, I always want to say welcome to the Motor Mile.
Yeah.
All the exciting things going on. But I go way back with, we're rolling early, you're on the radio early, we're going to the races. Nathan and I taking off. where are you going today? You know, it's a lot of fun. We've had a lot of good conversations. But today's an exciting day.
Yeah, indeed it is. And again, I want to say thank you for being a sponsor of this little song and dance here. That I started doing the show in May of 2020, and you folks signed up from day one to be a sponsor. And for that, I'm forever grateful. So I want to help you celebrate this momentous day for your company and for the entire community, really the entire state of West Virginia as far as the auto industry goes. Tell us, Wally, about this all-new Thornhill Toyota in Chapmanville.
Well, we're really excited. We had our builders took this old beat-up store that used to even be my old Ford store. We got back into it, put the Toyota store here, but they took it apart. There wasn't much left, and refurbished it and brought it to modern-day standards all the way to the electrification for our EVs. It is an amazing store. It's amazing repairs, fixed, and renewed. If you see it, it doesn't even look like an old building. It is a new building.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it again. We'll be all of our stations. It's not often that we all go out to one location, but all of us, all of our sister stations will be there broadcasting live. I'm actually going to be doing double duty today as I'll be broadcasting on this station, also on our classic rock station, 987 The Mountain. I want to give the listeners, Wally, a little background on the Thornhill Auto Group in general, and I won't get into the exact years and dates because I know I could get it wrong. But and I can jump in any time if I'm wrong. But back in the 90s, you and your company took over what was then Honeycutt, Pontiac, Buick, GMC, and Logan, which eventually morphed into what is now Thornhill GM Superstore in Chapmanville. You later acquired the Ford dealership there from the late Mike Farrell, as well as the Toyota dealership, which we're talking about today, from Mike Farrell, and the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealership there. Along the way, you picked up the Mitsubishi line. So for those keeping track at home, you now have Thornhill GM Superstore in Chapmanville, the Thornhill Ford location in Chapmanville, Thornhill Mitsubishi, also the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram location. That's at the Fountain Place Mall in Logan. So I think I got all that right. Is that right?
You got one left out.
One left out since I left. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, that's our used car outlet. We're in Belfry, Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Kentucky, yeah. And we're really proud of our Kentucky store. I always say we've got cars on the motor mile from miles and miles of cars from West Virginia to Kentucky now.
Maybe you should change it to the Thornhill Motor Miles.
Miles, put the S on it. That's right.
Now, one of the things I love about the Thornhill Auto Group is you guys really believe in giving back to the community, and this thing is going to start, I think, around 10:30 or so this morning. You got refreshments, and you got prizes, and so on and so forth. I think the Chamber of Commerce here is going to be involved, so it really is a big deal, not only for that area, but, Wally, I mean, let's face it, you sell a lot of cars in Charleston and in Huntington and every place that this and all of our radio stations go.
Beckley, Pikeville, Prestonsburg. We know with Sydney's marketing, she's excellent at it. And our digital marketing, people come here for the deals, the trades, the inventory, and the service. You know, our Thornhill family and getting with Nathan and Sydney involved in the business, we're really excited. We've got the future laying out in front of us. You know, I'm not going to be here forever, but they will take over and run these stores and run it, and they're just taking it off like we did when I was younger with enthusiasm. And we still believe in this community, and we believe in West Virginia.
I want to talk about the brand name Toyota. I mean, you know, you sell a lot of different cars, all makes and models at your different dealerships, plus you sell just about everything as far as pre-owned goes too. But, man, when you talk about Toyota and you talk about those signature vehicles of Toyota, you know, from Tacomas to the 4Runner to Camry, I mean, it is a solid name, Wally.
It is. You know, Toyota was a great asset to the group. And as we do, we feel the places that we don't have. You know, you take a Corolla or a Camry, we don't have sedans at the other stores now, and that fills a void that, you know, you don't have to travel somewhere to get it. And the thing about it is, we're going to do the deals on it. We're going to take care of people. You know, then you get into your 4Runners, your Tacomas, you know, your mainstays, your RAVs. It is really good to go along with, you know, with our other stores. It's a great blend. But, you know, today I'm talking about Toyota. I really appreciate the CAT team. That's the Central Atlantic Toyota team, believing in us. That's saying that, you know, not just anybody can get a Toyota store. We had to go through a lot of hoops, and one of them was to redo this facility. And it had been needing it for a while, but we brought it into the mainstay that we have the newest facility in West Virginia. and we're really excited about it.
And again, when you talk about where you're located, we're in downtown Charleston, but I mean, to get to the dealership in Chapmanville, you're talking like a 45-minute drive from downtown Charleston, if even that.
Absolutely, unless you're Martha. She gets there a little quicker.
That's Wally's wife, Martha, that he's throwing under the bus this morning for driving a little bit of with a lead foot at times. It happens. And as I said, Wally, we got a lot of great things going on down there. There's all kinds of prizes. All of our stations were going to be there. I saw them out in the parking lot getting ready. I know Jenny's from V100 is heading down. Woody Woods from the Beat is heading down. As I said, I'll be doing double duty with the Mountain and also a WCHS. Rob Reel from our morning show on Superstar Country 96.1 KWS is going to be heading down there as well. So going to be like a family reunion for me to get to come down and hang out with you guys, because I was texting back and forth with Sydney earlier this morning. I've done a couple of live broadcasts from Thornhill over the years, Wally.
Can imagine that. We've done a lot of things, sold a lot of cars. But, Sydney and I were here to midnight last night. We're up early, she's up early, and we're really taking a lot of pride in today. I think if people come and join us, they'll see why we're so excited. And, we're ready for the next level, and we enjoy having anybody stop by. Just check us out. Don't have to buy a car. We got food, we got gifts, we got prizes, and we're going to have a great time.
It is going to be a great. Things get rolling about 10:30. Again, all of our stations will be there broadcasting live. Wally, I will see you in about an hour and a half or so. Thanks. Good luck with everything today. We'll talk soon. Thanks a lot.
Well, absolutely. And good morning. See ya.
All right. Wally Thornhill again from the Thornhill Auto Group. And again, the grand opening celebration of the all-new Thornhill Toyota starts at 10:30 this morning. All of our stations will be there. I'll be, as I said, representing the Mountain, our classic rock station, 98.7 The Mountain. Rob Reel there from Superstar Country 96.1 KWS. Woody Woods will be there for the Beat. I'll also be there for WCHS as well. It's a pretty big deal down there. Love to have you come down and join us today. Again, Wally said, how often do you hear a car dealer say you don't have to buy a car? Just make that short drive down to Thornhill today. Again, it's only about a 45-minute drive from downtown Charleston. Had some snow, especially in that area. It looked pretty bad. I was looking at the pictures on social media. It looked pretty bad last night from that area. Not so much here in the Charleston area, but it was down that way. But things are clear. So come on out and join us. We're going to be there all day today. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Husson's Pizza. This month at your favorite Husson's, get the special holiday pack. That's a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza, 10 breadsticks, 12 hot wings, and a 2-liter of Pepsi, only $33.99. Find your local Husson's at HussonsPizza.com. Text says, Dave, we've had Toyotas for years in the family, and I'll always wonder why anyone would buy anything other than a Toyota. That text, by the way, did not come from Wally or Sydney Thornhill. I don't know who it came from, but it was one of our texts to the Fruth Pharmacy text line. So appreciate that again. We'll be talking about all those Toyotas today on this and all of our stations coming up throughout the day as we help them celebrate their grand opening of the all-new Thornhill Toyota on the Thornhill Motor Mile US 119 in Chapmanville. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Bigly Piggly Wiggly Hotline 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text 304-935-5008. Dave Hardy joins us next. We're back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses bring first-class businesses to your community.
The time is finally here. It's the grand opening celebration of the all-new, redesigned Thornhill Toyota. Your next Toyota is waiting on the Thornhill Motor Mile in Chapmanville. Hey, this is Sydney, and I'm so excited to finally invite all of you to visit our new Thornhill Toyota facility. And just in time for Toyotathon, we're loaded and ready for your visit with the most inventory of the year of new Toyotas, certified Toyotas, and quality used vehicles. The grand opening celebration of the all-new Thornhill Toyota. Offers begin online at ThornhillToyotaWV.com and drive on home from the Thornhill Motor Mile, US 119 Chapmanville. Visit Thornhill for all the great details.
Hello, this is Richard Lindsay. I want to take a moment and recognize the people of Kanawha County who improve and enrich our lives every day. Our volunteers, our folks that protect us, our folks that serve, our advocates, our folks that care for the sick, our teachers, our folks who feed the poor and house the homeless, our folks that spread and live the Word of God. Thank you for all that you do. And from my family to yours and to everyone, Merry New Year.
Biggly Piggly Wiggly on Spring Street has served 3 generations of shoppers since 1955 as the largest locally owned independent grocery store in the area. The Joseph family owners grew up here, so you know they're invested in the community. They provide the biggest variety of choice meats, the freshest produce, an in-house deli bakery, great wine selection, and more of your favorite brands. Every purchase gives you gasoline points so you can save at our pumps. Order online for pickup at BigglyPigglyWiggly.com. Biggly Piggly Wiggly on Spring Street. No one beats the pig.
It is 9:21. Welcome back to the show. The Dave Allen Show and 580 Live is brought to you by Meeks Realty Group. Discover the unrivaled expertise of Meeks Realty Group, your ultimate partners in all things real estate. Whether it's your dream home or that ideal commercial space, Meeks has you covered. Contact Rich the Realtor at 304-932-7488. Let Rich and the team guide you on your real estate journey. Take a look at all their listings at meeks.us. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text 304-935-5008. It is a bowl night for the Marshall Thundering Herd as they get set to take on UTSA. The voice of the Thundering Herd, Steve Cotton, is going to join us to talk about that a little bit later on in the show. The newly appointed circuit judge here in Kanawha County, Dave Hardy, joins us now. Dave, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. Good to be here.
Now, is it officially Judge Hardy yet? Have you gone through the swearing?
No.
So you're not. That's why you didn't wear the robe in this morning, right?
Indeed, it is, and that's why I had Jeff Jenkins call me Dave, not Judge.
Might be a little bit cold to wear that robe today.
Yeah, you're right.
So when is the swearing? Is there a date set for the swearing in?
Not yet. The Supreme Court has pointed out that there's a state statute that requires 3 weeks from the time the governor appoints you to the time that you're sworn in, at least 3 weeks. So that would put me into the first week of January, and then I'm working on scheduling now about when the actual swearing-in ceremony will be. My daughter's hoping to come in from California.
Oh, that'll be great.
When my daughter asks me for something, I usually say you can have it.
As a good dad should do. And, Dave, we just had you on the show a couple weeks ago to talk about your candidacy for the bench, and you told me then you were hoping to get that appointment to fill out the rest of the term of the late Judge Tabbitt, and you got it, so congratulations.
Well, thank you, Dave. And I've said it before, and it's absolutely true. I will never be as good a judge as Judge Tabbitt was. She was that good. I'm just trying to be the best I can be, and I'm really looking forward to it. I talked to Judge Tabbitt's secretary and her folks this morning, and I plan to go down tomorrow and meet with them. So it's going to be a bittersweet moment.
It was quite a legacy that Judge Tabbitt had, and there's those people in any community across America, Dave, and you know this as well as I do. There are those people that truly make their mark on the community. Maybe people that may have been touched by Judge Tabbitt that never thanked for her. Maybe were involved with her in some sort of a social setting or some sort of a charitable event or whatever. And I did not know her very well, wasn't friends with her, so to speak, but I did know who she was. And she just was one of those people, that seemed that everybody liked. Nobody really had a bad word to say about not only what she did in the courtroom, but more importantly, Dave, what she did out of the courtroom.
Absolutely. No question. Completely and totally a community servant. And that's a word, the words that often get overused, not overused in Judge Tabbitt's case at all.
So you had been serving as state revenue secretary. That job now goes to former delegate and special advisor to the governor, Larry Pack. I had Larry on the show yesterday, and he told me that you and he had graduated from East Bank High School together in the same graduating class, but he couldn't remember which one was older. So please state for the record, sir, who is older, you or Larry Pack?
Larry Pack is older.
Okay.
By about 6 months.
All right, Pack, if you're listening, you're older. It's been verified here.
I believe he's already had his birthday in November. Now, we'll see how good my memory is.
Okay. And he said yesterday, I told him you were going to be on the show. He said, not bad for a couple of boys from that part of the world.
That's right.
Pratt and where's Larry from?
Marmette.
Pratt and Marmette.
Right.
So not too bad. Did you call him what you call him, the Marmette Flash or something?
I just tease him all the time. Larry used to be the recorder of Marmette.
Okay.
Way back in the 80s. And I always tell Larry, I'll always remember your first elected office. It was Marmette recorder because that was his hometown. And Larry and I met in the fall of 1973 at East Bank High School.
Really?
We were sophomores.
Okay.
We went 3 years of high school together. Then we both went to West Virginia Tech, and we both majored in accounting. So we had a lot of classes together over that period of time as well.
And I would imagine your paths crossed professionally outside the political realm as well. That you guys your paths kind of went together too.
Well, Larry went sort of the CPA entrepreneur route, and I went the law practice route.
Okay,
but we would periodically run into each other.
Yeah.
Now our paths have intersected in a very good way here.
Yeah.
At the Capitol. It's been a lot of fun.
Talking to Dave Hardy again. You were just on the show a couple of weeks ago, but I want to talk about the different life experiences that you've had, either personally or professionally, that you think will make you a good judge.
Okay. Well, let me say this. I think Commissioner Carper mentioned it the other day when I was appointed. He mentioned it in the newspaper. Number one, I'm very proud of where I'm from, Pratt, West Virginia. Population 480. If you haven't been there, you got to go there. Dave, you've been there, right?
I've been there.
And from that, you get a real strong feeling of what true West Virginia is, and what people are, and what people do, and what people get up in the morning and go to work. My mother was a housewife, and then she became a school cook aide at Pratt Elementary School, which was a block from our house. My dad worked 40 years at the Glasgow Canal River plant, 1952 to 1992. I know what it means to be a working West Virginian, and I'm very proud of that. We then went to college at West Virginia Tech, which was 4 miles away. So all my formative time was spent in the Upper Kanawha Valley. When I came back here from law school in the fall of 1983, I said I need to make my mark as an attorney in Charleston, West Virginia, and this is now my new hometown. And I've been here ever since. I've represented minors. I've represented UMWA District 17, and I've represented some of the largest companies that have ever done business in the state of West Virginia, and everything in between, plaintiff and defense side. The other thing I'm very proud of is I've been a college professor for 23 years, and I've taught at West Virginia Tech, University of Charleston, and now I currently teach at West Virginia State in the master's program. So why do I bring up all this stuff? It's perspective. It's perspective. I've been here a long time, and I feel like I understand the community from the South Hills to St. Albans to Clendenin to Montgomery and all points in between. I feel like I have a very good understanding of the community, and there's some things that are going on in the community now that make me sad like everybody else. I often say I can't go through the South Ridge Walmart and not come out on the other end and feel sad, because I see a lot of things that indicate that children are being neglected, that the drug issue has really basically inflicted a terrible, terrible price on our nuclear families here in West Virginia, and now I'm going to see that at ground level. I saw it at the Capitol from a policy level. Now I'm going to see it at ground level, and I'm going to see what not having a job and being on drugs looks like. And it's not going to be pretty, and I understand that. In addition, though, at the same time, you have plenty of other cases that go on in the Kanawha County Circuit Court that involve multi-million-dollar disputes, medical malpractice, commercial disputes. You have criminal cases that have constitutional issues involved where you have right to a speedy trial. This is a very diverse docket. So it's easy to focus in on the abuse and neglect docket, which is now become almost all-consuming for all the circuit judges. Abuse and neglect of children, let that sink in a minute. But at the same time, you've got multi-million-dollar cases that need to be heard as well. So it's going to be very diverse. But part of what I think I bring to the bench is I'm diverse. I've been around a long time, and I think I have a good understanding of the local bar and the fabric of this community.
Talking with Dave Hardy, again, the newly appointed circuit judge here in Kanawha County. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you by Brightway, the Mays agency of Tays Valley. Buying auto insurance can be complicated. That's why you need a local person to look out for you. At Brightway, the Mays agency, they can customize your policies with coverages that you need and want. Call John and Sherry Mays, 304-814-2500, brightwaymays.com. So what kind of preparation are you doing, Dave, to get ready for this new role? I mean, for somebody that's obviously a total novice at this, are you studying past cases? Are you looking at statistics? Because you talked about the problem with abuse and neglect here in the area. What kind of prep goes into preparing for your new role?
On abuse and neglect, I had my prep already at the Capitol. I got to hear about the fact that there are about 6,600 children at any given time in the custody of the state of West Virginia, and that we had a sort of serious situation with the lack of child protection workers in Kanawha County. So I've gotten my prep on that, and we addressed a lot of that through the reforms at DHHR and the budgets. As far as the day-to-day operation of being a judge, I've talked to Judge Rowe the judge from Greenbrier County that's now minding the docket and has been since August 1st. Unfortunately, Judge Tabbitt had to take a leave of absence, and Judge Rowe took over her docket. Mm-hmm. I've talked to the circuit clerk, Kathy Gatson, to make sure I understand the mechanics of how things work. I've talked to Judge Tabbitt's secretary to be sure that I understand the mechanics of the docket. And then, of course, I've talked to retired Judge Duke Bloom as well, and I plan to talk to retired Judge Kaufman, and then I plan to talk to my colleagues there, Judge Webster, Judge Salango, mm-hmm. and Judge Akers particularly. I plan to talk to all of them, and Judge Ballard, all of them, if I missed anybody. But I'm really looking forward to going down there. I'm going to be at the courthouse tomorrow, and I'm planning to go down there, and I'm going to close my mouth and open my ears.
Yeah, go down with legal pad, no pun intended, in hand, and just start taking some notes, because it's what you have to do sometimes. And so let's talk about, because you had said that you hoped to be appointed to this, and you were, but you still got to run if you want to keep the job that you haven't started yet. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
So let's talk about. How's the campaign going to look for you? Because by the time that you really start campaigning, and because again, we start insanely early now with campaigns, but by the time that you really get into the heart of it, you will have already had some experience. So what's the campaign look like for you?
As you have pointed out, the appointment that I received from the governor is for calendar year 24. So the term ends a year from now, 12/31/24. Mm-hmm. So I am standing for re-election to the court for an 8-year term on May 14th. The way the judges are elected, it's a nonpartisan election. There's no primary in general. You just run one time, much like the school board. I've already gotten out early. I filed for pre-candidacy papers on November 1. I had a couple of very successful fundraisers. And you say, well, fundraisers, is that just about money? No, it's not. If you can have successful fundraisers, that means you have support. And I equate the successful fundraiser with support. I've been out to the bar. I've went very, very aggressively to the Kanawha County Bar. I've been a member of the Kanawha County Bar for 40 years. I've been to every law firm in town that will have me and done what we call a meet and greet, where I sat around and did a round table to try to understand what the expectation is from the bar as a judge. And what's surprising, and it's really not surprising, but it kind of was to me, is it doesn't matter your political persuasion or your philosophical viewpoint about the law. Most attorneys just want the very same things out of a judge. They want you to be prompt. They want you to hold your hearings when you say you're going to hold them. And they want you to rule on the case.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And no procrastination, rule on the case. They need that continuity. They need that certainty. And their clients need that. And those are the things I can say I can do as a judge. When you run for judge, there's a special set of rules that apply under the state bar. I can't be out here promising any particular thing other than what I just said, that I can do. I will be the best judge. I will work as hard as I possibly can. I'll apply all my experience of 40 years, and I will be prompt, and I will rule.
I want to talk about your time in the classroom for a little bit. What kind of professor is Dave Hardy?
To be honest, I'm a comical fun professor, and I'll tell you why. 7 years of undergrad school and law school, I have to say I had some really good ones and I had some really bad ones.
Sure, just like any profession. Yeah.
Exactly. And when I became a college professor, I was only 27 years old when I started being a college professor. Yeah, in 1986. And I said to myself, I want to be the professor that kids will listen to. And to do that, you have to almost be a little bit of a performer. Mm-hmm. And so I'm a fun professor, but I also am not afraid to raise expectations and make sure that young people are challenged in the classroom. So I have this thing where I call people out by name. I have the class roster in front of me, much like law school, and I will say, well, Dave Allen, since you clearly weren't paying attention there, why don't you tell me why you weren't paying attention?
Starting to have flashbacks here.
Yeah.
This has happened before.
Sorry, Dave, I don't mean to bring out.
This is PTSD for me, man. This has happened before.
You'll have a bad dream tonight. And I actually challenge the students, and I've done everything from very large classes, business law. I taught business law at West Virginia Tech for years. I'd have 70 kids in the class. Now I do master's level, and I teach in the master's public administration program at West Virginia State, which is a great program, by the way. And the students I have are mainly young adults. So I've seen it all ways. But the theme in my teaching is I challenge you. in the classroom.
Okay. Got a text here, and I'm almost hesitant to bring this up, but it is a question that came in from a texter. We'll let you address however you want. It says, will Judge Tabbitt remain employed?
I plan to meet with Judge Tabbitt's former staff tomorrow, and I've heard favorable reviews about all of her former staff.
Okay.
And I was very sensitive to that because they've been through a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, this isn't like somebody that you beat in an election or something. Right. This is somebody that tragically passed away. So it's kind of a different situation.
Very much. And I wanted to wait until the governor appointed me before I went down and met with the staff and saw the office and that kind of stuff. So I plan to do that at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Tex says, it was very good to hear Dave Hardy on the air. I went to school with Dave and Larry. Of course, I'm much younger. This one I know who it's coming from because this was actually a text to my personal phone here from somebody I know.
You need to rat this person out.
It's Vicky Jackson.
Oh, my goodness.
Vicky Shoemate Jackson.
Yes, Vicky Shoemate. Yes.
Vicky and I have been friends for a number of years. And sorry, Vicky, you just got ratted out on the air. But that was a text that came to my personal phone. All right, so first day on the bench. Let's say first day is tomorrow. It's not, but let's just say your first day is tomorrow. What are you doing day one?
What am I doing day one? The first thing I want to do is make sure I understand the docket. What's the breadth and scope of the docket? What cases are going to be urgent that need to be heard now? What cases do I need to put time frame orders in on to keep them moving? And what cases I need to start trying to figure out how to get them to settle? Okay. So that'll be the first thing I do. I'll take a global look at the docket.
Okay. Well, Dave, Merry Christmas to you and your family, and I hope you have a happy New Year. Best of luck on day one and your swearing in and things of that nature, and then you got to turn right around and start campaigning a little bit as well, as best you can, because, again, the rules are a little bit different for judicial candidates. I will give you the last 30 seconds just to thank anybody or just talk about whatever you want to. The last 30 seconds is yours.
Number one, I want to thank the Kanawha County Bar for being so positive and open to me when I said that I was interested in being a judge. I want to thank the Judicial Vacancy Commission for putting me through a very strenuous process, including a 24-page application and a 20-minute interview for recommending my name to the governor. And, of course, I want to thank the governor for the past 7 years that we've worked together to make West Virginia better. We've had a very good financial picture in the last 7 years, and I certainly am grateful to the governor for giving me this opportunity.
All right. Wish you the best of luck of everything, and congratulations on your appointment again. Good luck out on the campaign trail. We'll talk soon, Dave. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dave.
Special Olympics embodies the true spirit of sportsmanship. It's not merely about winning medals. It's about being a part of the team, practicing and competing together. The joy and fulfillment derived from these experiences are immeasurable as athletes find their confidence and self-worth through the shared pursuit of victory. West Virginia Enriched, in collaboration with Huntington, invites you to witness the transformative power of Special Olympics. See a video highlighting the Special Olympics at Facebook.com/580WC. Break. Steve Cotton, the voice of the herd, coming up next on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for shopping locally.
Are you seeking ways to enhance your company's IT workforce? Bridge the workforce skills gap with Bridge Valley's IT training. Elevate your business capability with custom-tailored IT training that empowers your employees with certifications, continued education, and more. The best part? Training is low to no cost to your company. Bridge Valley can also feed a steady stream of skilled graduates and apprenticeships with a 50-50 salary match while training. Visit bridgevalley.edu/apprenticeships today.
It's not every day you purchase a vehicle, but one person who does, Larry Dawson. Larry Dawson Auto Sales in Nitro. I'm Randy Dameron with a message regarding honesty, integrity, and the willingness to save you money when it's time for you to purchase a slightly used vehicle. I've known Larry as a friend for years, and you too can have a friend in the car business. Click or come in today and meet Larry. Larry Dawson Auto Sales, Nitro.
The time is finally here. It's the grand opening celebration of the all-new, redesigned Thornhill Toyota. Your next Toyota is waiting on the Thornhill Motor Mile in Chapmanville. Hey, this is Sydney, and I'm so excited to finally invite all of you to visit our new Thornhill Toyota facility. And just in time for Toyotathon, we're loaded and ready for your visit with the most inventory of the year of new Toyotas, certified Toyotas, and quality used vehicles. The grand opening celebration of the all-new Thornhill Toyota. Offers begin online at ThornhillToyotaWV.com and drive on home from the Thornhill Motor Mile, US 119 Chapmanville. Visit Thornhill for all all the great details.
Are missing teeth affecting your confidence and quality of life? Dental implants may be the right option for you. Let Garib Dental Group, with their skilled team of doctors at 6 locations, be your trusted source for dental implants. With dental implants from Garib Dental Group, you can eat, speak, and laugh with confidence. Dental implants can change someone's life for the better. Visit GaribDentalGroup.com to find out more and take the first steps towards a healthier, happier smile. And at Garib Dental Group, like always, we love to see your smile.
19 minutes away from 10. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you by Pinnacle Consultants, the only accredited commercial lab in West Virginia for asbestos and mold. Asbestos was banned in some building products, but it isn't banned for all products in the U.S. Don't expose your family or workers to asbestos, mold, or lead paint. Get with Pinnacle Consultants. They offer real estate environmental assessments for hazardous materials and air quality. Visit pinnaclecorp.net because what you don't know can hurt you. Text says, Dave Hardy's a great dude to work with. Ask him if he remembers doing his TV show with the cast of the Crack staff. Lots of fun. I asked Mr. Hardy that on his way out the door, and he says, yes, he does remember indeed doing his TV show. Those are available on YouTube. I'll have to go back and try to find those. Well, tonight it's bowl night for the Marshall Thundering Herd as they get set to take part in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl in Texas. The voice of the Thundering Herd, Steve Cotton, joins us now live from Texas. Steve, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. Doing well.
Thank you for taking time out of your bowl prep to be here. Now, you know, we can always talk about the weather. We've had cold temps and snow squalls over the last 24 hours here in the Kanawha Valley. Make us feel bad, Steve. How's it looking in Texas?
Well, it has been pretty warm. Yesterday, the high was about 60, and, you know, relatively warm.
Mm-hmm.
The day before, I think it hit 70. Now, it cools down quite a bit at night. Kickoff is not until 9 o'clock Eastern time tonight, so it's going to be a bit chilly for the folks sitting in the stands at the Pro Soccer Stadium here in Frisco, Texas, just north of Dallas. That's where they play this bowl game in a soccer facility.
And talk about that stadium, Steve.
Very nice. Well done. It's a bit unusual in that it's not necessarily built for football. The field's fine. The field's just like any other football field. I'm talking about things like the sky boxes and all that sort of thing. In fact, they really don't have radio facilities. So the Marshall broadcast and the UTSA broadcast are in sky suites. The things that are used for, you know, the big dollar donors in the soccer season.
Right.
Well, they move us in there, and it's fine. It's a little bit unusual kind of space, but it's fine, and it will cause no problems for the broadcast. But it's a little different, but it's nicely done, and it's been a first class experience down here for the players. I've only been here a couple of days since we stuck around and did the basketball game Saturday night, but the players got to go yesterday on a big tour of the Dallas Cowboys practice.
Now you're talking my language.
Yep, they really enjoyed that. They've had other, something every day for the teams up through it yesterday, and then all of a sudden it's down to the business of a bowl game. So it's been kind of a normal road trip kind of atmosphere the last couple of days.
Steve, I was looking at my Marshall history. I don't know if you're aware of this or not. You probably are. But on this date, back in 1992, this was the day that Marshall beat Youngstown State for the 1AA championship in Huntington.
Do you know, Dave, that is the last Marshall game I was not at. I came the following year. Yep, how about that? Yeah, what a great day, though. I know so many people who were at that game and just talk about the emotions and sitting there in the stands, crying, tearful, joyful tears. But what it's a national championship. It's a huge moment for anybody. Now, let me jump back for just a second. You may have seen this stadium in Frisco. That's where they've been playing what is now the FCS and the 1AA national championship game for the last several years. So if you've checked out any of those recently, that's where Marshall and UTSA will be tonight.
Okay, well, I can tell you I was a Marshall student. I was just wrapping it up there in 92, and I can tell you what it was like, in that Youngstown State game there at the Joan. Tonight's game, Steve, Marshall will be without Cam Fancher, the quarterback who's entered the transfer portal. Cole Pennington will get the start for the Herd. Do you think this young man is up to the task?
He has played 2 games as the starting quarterback during the season was when Fancher was injured. So he has that behind him. And a big difference for him for this game is that he had the full, time since Fancher went into the portal as Marshall's starting quarterback in his head. He was we weren't sure if he was going to play or not when Fancher was injured. And he ended up going in there. But it's a little different now that for a good 3 weeks he has known he's QB1 and he's had all the first team reps and all that kind of thing. So that's now. Here's a big contrast, though. You have Cole, who's making his 3rd start and has yet to throw his first collegiate touchdown pass. The guy on the other sideline, name is Frank Harris. Dave, he's a 7th-year senior who has thrown 92 career touchdown passes and run for another 28 touchdowns. So.
7-year senior. We had guys like that in high school too. We called it getting held back then.
Yeah, I think after the game he's supposed to go straight and do an AARP commercial.
That's he's doing the remake of Golden Girls there.
Yeah.
Any more notable absences tonight for the Herd, Steve?
Well, also in the transfer portal, you have Trent Holler, one of the starting offensive linemen, Caleb Coombs, the number 1 receiver in terms of number of catches. Now, Marshall rotated so many receivers, you wouldn't think that that's going to affect him as much as, your starting quarterback or even an offensive lineman who's been out there most of the time. So other than that, and you also never really know. Bowl season is so different. Guys opt out, and even if you don't opt out, if you're thinking about trying to get to the NFL draft, you tweak your big toe and maybe I shouldn't do this. I don't want to get hurt and ruin my chances to prepare for the combine or anything like that. So and that's not completely new. People have been opting out of bowl games for I guess more than a decade now, but it's certainly more common. I think all over the nation, people are wondering, even on game day, who's going to be out there and who's not. One more reason to have to tune in to check out what does actually happen.
Yeah, and we'll actually have coverage of that game tonight. Again, it is a late kickoff, 9 o'clock from Frisco, and we'll have coverage of that game following our coverage of high school basketball tonight. Steve, before we let you go, put a kind of wrap on the regular season. It started out with so much promise under Coach Huff, and then the Herd stumbled mightily at various points throughout the season, had some bright spots later in the season as well. In a lot of people's eyes, a bit of a disappointment. I know it's not exactly what the Marshall faithful and Coach Charles Huff wanted, but here we are.
Yeah, and you had the great start, 4-0. Now I'm not, and it included the win over Virginia Tech. I'm not sure though that the Herd was ever as good as 4-0 felt. You had to come from behind in those first 2 games. You had the win over Virginia Tech, very nice. But then you had a couple of things. The team might not have been quite as good as people were thinking based on the record, and you had a few injuries, but all in the same spot, mainly on defense. Your 2 starting safeties were out, your 2 inside linebackers, and all of a sudden you're getting gashed up the middle. And it took a while to get that righted, and as much as anything, now guys got healthy and returned to the field, but those freshmen who were backing them up, inexperienced guys, got more experience, and I think that, as much as anything, helped the team at the end. Even when you still had the so-called youngsters out there, they had a lot of game experience. So that was something to feel good about. They were backed into a corner, had to win 2 out of the last 3, and did so, had to win the last game to become bowl eligible. And I think they've had, just watching the team the last couple of days, they're here. It looks like a regular season road trip at this point, and they want to go out and win a football game. So being able to keep the team together through that much adversity, I think, speaks pretty well for what Marshall's had going this year.
Yeah, I agree. Steve, I was watching some of the TV coverage of local stations last night, and they were showing the press conferences and whatnot. The majority of players, at least the ones they showed on local television here, Steve, they all had on cowboy hats. Any chance we're going to see Steve Cotton in a cowboy hat down there?
I think that just went to the players, and I guess I could go shopping today, but I'd probably my time would be better served getting ready for the broadcast.
What you got to do right now. Steve, I know you're busy. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to join us. Go Herd, and we'll be checking out the game tonight. Although it's a little bit late for old guys like me, we're going to try to make it tonight. Steve, I appreciate you being here, man. Thanks a lot. Have a great broadcast tonight.
All right, Dave, have a good one.
All right, Steve Cotton again, the voice of the Marshall Thundering Herd. Kickoff 9 o'clock tonight for this bowl game with UTSA, the Roadrunners, and the Marshall Thundering Herd. And again, we will have coverage of that game following coverage of high school basketball tonight. Our phone calls to the Dave Allen Show and 580 Live are service Wiggly. When shopping at your Biggly Piggly Wiggly, be sure to join their loyalty program. You can save big at the gas pumps and throughout the store with their electronic coupons and free gifts on Fridays just for stopping by from farm to table. Biggly Piggly Wiggly, the best kept secret in Charleston. Texting services provided by Fruth Pharmacy, your hometown family pharmacy. Be sure and check out the Fruth Pharmacy gift guide for great deals. As we count down the days to Christmas, find gifts under $10, super savers, hot buys, brand new products for the holidays. Find gift sets for men and women, toys for the kids, cozy throws, quilts, and more. Shop locally. Shop Fruth Pharmacy. Visit a bin store online or by phone and try their curbside pickup service too. Fruth has been your hometown pharmacy for 71 years. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Fruth Pharmacy text 304-935-5008. We're back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses live to make life better for you and your family.
Hello, this is Richard Lindsay. I want to take a moment and recognize the people of Kanawha County who improve and enrich our lives every day. Our volunteers, our folks that protect us, our folks that serve, our advocates, our folks that care for the sick, our teachers, our folks who feed the poor and house the homeless, our folks that spread and live the Word of God. Thank you for all that you do. And from my family to yours and to everyone, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Hey, it's Dave Allen for Parmar Stores, and yes, another holiday season is here. Now, you don't need me to tell you how hectic it all is with the shopping, the cooking, the decorating, family, and friends. Well, just remember your local Parmar store is here for you during the holiday season and year-round. From gas to groceries and all the other things you need or may run out of, Parmar has you covered. We are the official convenience store of Marshall University and of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission. Happy holidays, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
The time is finally here. It's the grand opening celebration of the all-new, redesigned Thornhill Toyota. Your next Toyota is waiting on the Thornhill Motor Mile in Chapmanville. Hey, this is Sydney, and I'm so excited to finally invite all of you to visit our new Thornhill Toyota facility. And just in time for Toyotathon, we're loaded and ready for your visit with the most inventory of the year of new Toyotas, certified Toyotas, and quality used vehicles. The grand opening celebration of the all-new Thornhill Toyota. Offers begin online at thornhilltoyotawv.com and drive on home from the Thornhill Motor Mile, US 119 Chapmanville. Visit Thornhill for all the great details.
Elevators. You take them for granted until they let you down. If you're working to maintain a stellar reputation, then let me introduce you to DC Elevator. We want to work with you to make sure your people get where they are going. What could be better than a new company coming to the area and already having 45 years of experience? DC Elevator is bringing a new culture of elevator maintenance, repairs, modernization, and installation to West Virginia. Don't leave your people hanging. For a and call DC Elevator at 304-345-7222.
7 away from 10. Again, that Marshall bowl game is tonight, but there's another big bowl game that's kind of on her horizon as well. That's the Dukes Mayo Bowl, the WCHS network of stations, your sources for the Dukes Mayo Bowl. The Mountaineers taking on North Carolina Wednesday, December 27th. Listen for live coverage of the game, plus daily bowl reports and expert WVU commentary, all presented by Stike Wealth Enhancement. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. The text line for Fruth is 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Bridge Valley. Are you interested in improving your company's IT workforce? Well, did you know that Bridge Valley offers custom-tailored IT training to bridge the skills gap? At Bridge Valley, you can train with little or no cost with a 50-50 salary match. Bridge Valley can also supply skilled graduates and apprenticeships for your company. Visit bridgevalley.edu/apprenticeships today. Dr. Casey Sachs from Bridge Valley is actually going to join us on the show tomorrow, and that's good timing because I had a text to the show from yesterday that I didn't get to that said, Dave, could you possibly post the information on the collaboration of Bridge Valley and Putnam County for certain jobs that were discussed last week on your X page, X artist formerly known as Twitter. Can't seem to find it. I'll try to get that information back up, but again, we'll talk to Dr. Sachs about that tomorrow. That is actually a collaboration with Bridge Valley and the Putnam County Development Authority, and we had some folks, we had Morgan Tierney from the Putnam County Development Authority on the show just before she had a baby. I mean, like days before she had a baby. She was on the show a couple of weeks ago, so I'll try to get those folks back on the show. But again, Dr. Sachs and I will try to discuss that on the show tomorrow as well. Want to invite you to join us this Friday for a special edition of Friday Funhouse. It's something we do every Friday where I say goodbye to news, say goodbye to politics, and just try to have a little fun on Friday. This week, though, this is a special show because Mike Pushkin, Democratic Party chair and delegate, but he's not serving in either of those roles. He is not going to discuss politics at all. Mike is going to join us for the annual Jewish Christmas Spectacular. It's brought to you by the Rich Lindsay family. Now, Mike and his guitar were going to be in studio with me on Friday. This is a tradition we started a couple of years ago. Mike will be here. Kate Boytek, lovely, lovely singer. You've seen her at Regatta and all around Charleston. Kate Boytek's going to join us. Meteorologist Brian Hughes. He gave an on-air commitment yesterday, but he's going to be here in studio. He's WKTV 13, Storm Tracker 13. Hannah Gardner, who normally appears with us on the phone line, on the Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline. Hannah Gardner from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association is going to be actually in studio with us for this show on Friday, and a cast of thousands, and maybe not thousands, but I've invited all of the folks from our sister stations to come in. I know that Shockley and Animal from our sister station, The Mountain, are going to try to stop by. I've tried to get Steve and Jenny in here from V100, Woody Woods from The Beat, if at all possible. We'll try to get Rob Reel. Rob's already told me we promised Rob Eggnog, so he said he would be here from Superstar Country KWS. So again, no politics, nothing serious. Mike's going to have his guitar. Kate Boytek's going to have that lovely voice. I have it on good authority that Kate, of course, and I talked to her, folks, last week. She was back in Nashville again. Kate has done a version of the Dolly Parton Christmas classic, Hard Candy Christmas. Now, I don't know whether she's going to be willing to do that in studio for us or not. We'll find out. You'll know when I know coming up on Friday. So we're looking forward to it. It's the Jewish Christmas Spectacular. And again, it is all happening this coming Friday, kind of in place of our normal Friday Funhouse. So we are definitely looking forward to that. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by General Hardware and Lumber of Winfield. Come see their new contractor showroom, lumber yard, and more. They deliver service and quality right to your door. Don't buy until you get a quote from General Hardware and Lumber of Winfield. Text says, your Christmas show sounds like a Charleston Lib Fest. I said no politics. No politics, man. No, I don't know what Kay Boytek's politics are. She's from my part of the world in southern West Virginia. She's a Logan County, and so I'm going to say probably doesn't lean liberal. I'm going to say probably doesn't, but I don't know. Well, I'm not going to even talk to her about that because that's not what we do when we do Friday Funhouse. Charleston City Council met last night. Story posted about it at the meeting at WCHSnetwork.com. The resolution, interesting resolution. It is described as, and I don't know, for some reason, this just kind of caught my attention. Declaring the city of Charleston, city administration, its city council, its various boards and commissions, and the citizens and businesses of the city of Charleston, that they will strive to utilize native plant species to minimize pesticide usage, to operate bird-safe buildings. Yes, that's a thing, apparently. And to seek opportunities to protect the habitats of species of the greatest conservation need as designated by the West Virginia Division of Natural Resources. That was an ordinance, a resolution that was passed by Charleston City Council last night. Interesting. If you want to read more about it, go to the website. It's on WCHSnetwork.com. All right, my producer was Ryan Nicholson. Ryan, thank you so much, and thank you to Dave Hardy for stopping by the show today as well. Wally Thornhill, the Thornhill Auto Group, and Steve Cotton, the voice of the Thundering Herd. Go Herd tonight. I'm headed down to Chapmanville to help all of our stations broadcast live from the all-new Thornhill Toyota. We'll be on the air just after 11 o'clock on this station and on all the other stations throughout the day. I will see you tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5 FM Charleston and 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.
If you're getting ready to do your holiday shopping at Sephora, Nike, or Neiman Marcus, make sure you head to Rakuten first. Rakuten helps you save big on whatever you're buying for the holidays. Getting gifts for friends and family? Get some cash back for yourself. Plus, save on festive home decor, party outfits, and that trip to see your fam. With Rakuten, you can earn cash back on top of the biggest sales of the season, so you get the most savings. And it's easy to use. Just start your shopping at Rakuten.com or use the Rakuten app, and you'll get your cash back payments through PayPal or check. Rakuten partners with over 3,700 stores. The stores pay Rakuten for sending them shoppers, and Rakuten shares the money with you as cash back. Join for free at Rakuten.com and get the Rakuten app. That's RAKUTEN.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.